Hi YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to the Dinosaur Flat Toy Review. Today we're going to be taking a look at 3 Waterfowl toys and 1 Christmas card. Anyways, I might as well just go ahead and grab the webcam because I can tell you what, I feel so much better after feeling sad for about, a couple of days ago on Friday. And luckily enough, overall, we all know the reason why. Now of course, yes, I'm just making this video. I've just built this train set here. Of course, yes, I've built this train set as normal as this sounds, but I don't know where to basically film. I'm actually having trouble to basically film it at the moment because I don't know how much space I can contend with. Oh, there you go. All I had to do was to just pull the back wire on which the webcam was leading to, and of course, yes, I'm just gonna move a bit back and stand back like so, because obviously I need to make sure that I don't want the train disturbing the whole video and taking over the whole video via YouTube. And of course, yes, today's date is, of course, you know the date it is today. Of course, yes, this is literally just about 21 years since 9/11, but it's also, I would just say it, it's about, oh my goodness me, how do you put it this way? It's about 3 days just after the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. Now I know you guys will be crying really hard today, and that's why I had a hiatus on Saturday though, so you understand how I felt, and just as everyone else does. And of course, yes, I'll be missing it. Now, of course, yes, I don't want to get too upset about it all the time because, put it this way, we can't have all of that emotional amount of stress. We can't have a truck full of stress involved. So yes, let's just go ahead and start doing this toy review, or else I'll start feeling quite melancholic, or feeling melancholy. But let's take a look at the Christmas card here first. Of course, yes, it's See You Again, Santa. Of course, I've just made now. Of course, yes, this is the first Christmas card, and also this is the first. Well, actually, this is the second toy review that I've actually done so far this week, just after the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. Now, I can't get too sad about the Majesty passing away, though. Our previous Majesty, which was, of course, the one that was granted in 1952. See You Again, Santa. This is this card here. I gotta focus here, or else I'll just start, crying again because of what happened 3 days ago. But there you go, it's another one of those Christmas cards that I've just made, and if I show you the inside of the card, it looks very simplistic. Merry Christmas, and a wish for a Happy New Year to you. There's a bit of a pun here going on here, eh? And of course, yes, it's got the same artwork, but yes, what we didn't see for the first time, we've got a real humanoid Santa Claus, and there you go, that looks pretty cool indeed, and that's what we all wanted, I suppose. So we've got the elves. Of course, yes, I would love to make a model of the female elf, but I wonder how much time we'll actually be doing to make this elf. I did the male elf before, which looks like that. That looks like Link from those frickin' Zelda games. I mean, how weird is that? And of course, there's that very weird interpretation of Santa Claus I've just drew. It reminds me of the king from that crappy Zelda CDI game. My boy. This gift is what all true boys strive for. I don't know about you, but I just got a funny feeling that looks pretty nice. We've got a sleigh and some presents, and we've also got a couple of reindeer, and one of them looks like Rudolph going by the red nose here. I mean, once again, we've also got these 3 critters, actually 4, except for the king. Looks like they've got that same co-art sort of beam map sort of style into it. It's quite weird in how Flip has changed art somehow though. Even till like the beginning of this year, we've started to see a massive rapid change in the way the mouths have been done, going straight from like natural mouths to like cow art sort of style. I don't know why Flip has decided to go into that sort of, cow art's beam mouth style overall. But anyways, let's take a look at some Waterfowl toys. I wonder which one should I pick off first. This one here. It's a Flip Origami African swimming yellow-billed duck. Aquatic vegetation feeding pair 5-pack. £5.99 or £6. That's the back of the packaging, which looks like that. It's not too obvious to make duck-themed products because, I've made them before. Let's just go ahead and crack and see what we've got. And I just can't believe it. It's also the very last day before everyone at college is heading straight back to college. And yes, of course, yes, this week has literally been the very last week for the summer school holidays. But yes, we've got that there as well. Is that a water cabbage? That thing there that I've just held there, it looks kind of weird and manky looking. It's a water or is it a lettuce? Actually, I wonder what this product's telling me. So we've got 2 lily pads, which I presume those ones there are meant to be lily pads. And we've also got this aquatic plant, which is supposed to be a water cabbage. Now, I would have never thought of me making a model of that, and then I've just squashed it over it like so to look 2D and just look like some kind of weird cabbage. But nevertheless, it looks quite cool. And then we've got some yellow-billed ducks. Now, what's very interesting about, although there's a bit of a splodging of blue and green together, these ducks, they look fairly nice. But there's actually a major difference here going on between this duck here versus this duck here. I've actually realised this duck here, that one there, that duck there, looks like it's missed the black line details compared to this one here. This one seems to be a lot more refined than what I've done with this product here. So maybe after making this video I should probably add that, and I will try and basically add that sort of detailing after making this video. And then you've also got the yellow beak as well. Now what's also quite interesting is that the beak has got like a blackish tip and also like a black sort of knob sort of detailing on the top of the beak, which is quite interesting if I think of it. Of course, yes, the eyes aren't really that big. It reminds me of the eclipse plumage stage of the male mallard duck. I was going to say drake, but that is pretty much optional, I suppose, eh? And of course, yes, I've noticed so far there's a bit of a blue sort of smudging. There's a bit of a blue smudge, which is kind of weird, isn't it? Because, you know, whenever I see that, that's pretty sort of strange if you think of it actually, eh? And I don't know why. There's the other side of it here. But nevertheless, those ducks, they look really interesting in the way they've been made so far. And I have to say, both of these ducks, they do look quite nice. And of course, yes, they are native to Africa. But unlike many other duck species, they're not really migratory, but they will migrate to places during the dry season, just in case if there's a shortage of water that they're literally living on. Of course, yes, they do really fly. They are quite nomadic birds, meaning that they actually travel to bodies of water, you know, especially during the dry season when water is scarce, you know, in droughts and stuff like that one, eh? Okay. Done and ducked, or dusted, as I should have said. Of course, yes, moving right along, we've got this Purple American ringneck duck swimming and mollusk feeding pro 5-pack, which costs about £6.50. I was saying that, yes, I did say I will come back and grab that African yellow-billed duck product that I've just threw in and just add some detailing a bit there. Okay, there's the back of the packaging of this ringneck duck from North America. I would have probably presumed I would have seen a ringneck duck before, back in February of 2022. I guess, because, you know, this species looks very similar to that of a tufted duck, as I can definitely tell, but unlike a, how do you say it, unlike a tufted duck, they don't have those tufted feathers on the back of its head, which is a good enough difference to find out. Let's take what we've got. Oh yes, out you come. Not going to stay here forever. Oh, they contain some very weird muscle. That's weird, eh? And they've also got like a very weird. That's weird. Have we got anything else? Yeah, I think it's just about, eh? You know, I do have a funny feeling that I've also made a googly-eyed snail who's actually decided to. What? Oh, give me a break. Oh my goodness me. What's going on with that snail here? It just wants a pair of eyes. Good for hell. I didn't expect the snail to lose its shell. Well, actually, its eyes, so I don't know why. Sorry, as I've just realised, the snail shell has started to... Well, it's not really the shell I'm talking about. Why am I calling it? Oh, forget it. It's just that, obviously, the snails have basically lost his eyes. I don't know about you, but it's kind of weird. It's sort of weird. I mean, That is kind of strange. I've never expected a toy snail to basically lose its eyes. How weird is that? And I mean, how quite embarrassing. Very strange, because it is meant to be a snail. Here's the other one there as well. Really swore, but so long, guys. That was a bit of a very weird accent. Of course, yes, I did actually realise that this slug or snail has actually lost his or her pair of eyes. I might as well just glue them together like so. I don't know. There you go, like so. There you go. I think this is kind of weird. It's got a bit of a shocked face into it. There you go. Got some googly eyes. I don't know about you, but don't the googly eyes make the model a bit more cheaper in the way it's been made? I don't know. It just looks sort of weird. Well, it was very, very strange to actually glue in a pair of googly eyes, basically to make the model a lot bit more simplistic. And then we've also got this shell. There's the shell here I was talking about. That was the real shell. What I was actually talking about was just the eyes for the snail here. And let me just plonk the snail shell onto the... Oh my goodness me, it actually is very difficult. I suppose. Let me just let the snail rest itself. There you go. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I suppose it looks... Hey, it looks pretty absurdly interesting seeing a freshwater snail. It's literally based off on an natural snail, which is basically a snail species which is often kept as some kind of, you know, aquatic pet, I guess, eh? Well, keeping snails as a pet's not too obvious actually, eh? And then you've also got... What is that? Hang on! That was a sneeze! Oh no. Oh god! Flippin' hell, just sneezed! Okay, so what I was just holding just as I sneezed, sorry for the utter embarrassment I've got there, eh? I have to say, it could be the dust that's surrounding my house that's making me sneeze. Bloody hell. I wonder what that is. Is that a freshwater mussel? It could be a freshwater mussel, but on the back of the packaging, let me see. Oh, yes, it is. It is a freshwater mussel. And of course, yes, it is meant to be this component here. And it's based on the eastern floater, which is actually kind of a very strange species name for such a mussel which looks like that. And then you've also got some ducks. Looks pretty nice to look at. I might take a look at the mussel again because there's some very nice detailings of red and sort of an ochre yellow detailing, of course. There you go, that is the ring-necked duck. Looks very similar to the tufted duck, but without the tufted feathers on the back. On its head. Well, his head actually, because what I'm holding is a male. There's a bit of missing detailing here because what I should have added was a little white band right behind the black tip. But nevertheless, it looks pretty cool. Lovely looking black details and whatnot. And I also like the purple merging with the chestnut brownish colour, where its name comes from, is the ring-necked duck. Very impressive name. Yellow eyes, as you can see. Beautiful colour, the male. It's very, very nice to know, eh? And then you've also got the brownish yet dullish looking female, who in a sense, and actually whenever you look at the wings, you might think they've already been coloured in, but there's actually a smudge. This is actually already a pencil sort of smudge. There you go, it's like a fingertip sort of smudge. It's like when I rub the colours from here, and then insert this smudge into that white filament here, this side of the paper like that, it just transforms the look of this duck. How cool is that, eh? And I love the details. It just looks... She looks pretty realistic too. And I love that. It just makes it so, so beautiful. When you lift details like that, it makes it so, so awesome. And then you've also got this freshwater mussel here. I mean, look at the details of that. Reminds me of what this critter is meant to be. Well, it's meant to be a mussel, going by the red lineage details, which are meant to be like mussel strokes, or... It's not blood, but I think it's meant to be a freshwater mussel, which I presume is the shell casing of that critter. That might have pretty much, you know, added to the looks. But let's take a look at our last, but by no means least of that product. And I might have a little chat at the very end of this video. Of course, it's not always going to be about the death of Our Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. who has now been succeeded by the Honourable King Charles III. Obviously, we'll take a look at this product here. I think this will be our last product though. Well, not really, but for this video actually, eh? Of course, this one's called the Flipper Origami. British Wildlife Collection, Swimming Egyptian Goose Gosling Family Pair 12 pack. 13 pounds. Oh my goodness me, eh? 99. That's about £14. Now, I would have never thought I'd be making an Egyptian goose themed product. Once again, we've got the Cow White's B-mouth style artwork, which is kind of very weird and unsurprising. It seems like Flip Flop has transformed and changed in the way they did artworks for various products these days. It's so weird, isn't it? But anyways, let me just go ahead and unpack that. I feel like I want to do another one because for some reason this year I must have seen 2 Egyptian geese. Actually, Egyptian geese twice. Once when I went into Nottingham this year, the other when I saw one of those guys in captivity in Malaysia. Obviously, let me just take a look at these geese. They're actually not exactly true geese whenever you look at those. Of course, yes, these guys would have actually escaped from zoos and they would have actually been introduced as an ornamental bird in parks, I suppose. So it's probably an ornamental waterfowl whenever I think of this bird here. There's the back of it, and that's its beautiful looking beak. I mean, it would have been so hard to replicate this bird. Mind you, I could do a 5-pack or a 12-pack or maybe like 6 birds and then with something on it that will make this bird capable of eating something. There you go, there's the name Egyptian goose. They look fairly nice. I think these guys are more closely related to shell ducks, which are, you know, much bigger waterfowls. But yeah, which are slightly smaller than the goose, but much bigger than actual ducks. Quite a very interesting looking waterfowl, but it looks good, eh? But we're just going to stick to goose because that's what its name's called, the Egyptian goose. Of course, yes, these guys are native to Africa, from like the Nile River towards like sub-Saharan Africa, in which these guys were originally from. And then we've also got some goslings, which don't look too bad, eh? Of course, yes, I did make a flapping bird product of those guys before, eh? And they don't seem to be too bad. They look fairly nice. I mean, hey, whenever I look at those guys, they look fairly beautiful in the way they've been rendered. And it's so nice that I've been making a lot of Egyptian geese, which looks fairly nice. Normally these birds are not really that strongly migratory as actual geese, but they look fairly nice to look at. There you go, there's the other side here as well. Again, I mean, look at the actual detailing. It looks so beautiful. I love the brown mashing up with the white. It makes it so nice and easy to complement as much colouring and detailing as possible. It looks so nice and cute. Of course, yes, I was thinking of going to like Sandwell Valley this week, but because of the Queen's death, sadly, I just think that's not the greatest opportunity I might go for. Maybe I could do it for next week, eh? I do know that the funeral is going to take place from at least around Monday of next week, which is of course 8 days time. But there you go, there's the looks of what this bird is meant to be. And it's quite a very interesting looking bird, the Egyptian geese. All of them have actually got the name Egyptian Gosling, which in a sense, because this bird is called the Egyptian geese, I'll call it as the Egyptian Gosling. I don't know why the Egyptian goose is literally named as a goose. Shouldn't it be a different type of, you know, waterfowl name? I don't know, it's kind of sort of very strange to think of it, eh? And actually, as a bit of proof to you, I've actually got another bird watching book, or another bird themed book, that I actually bought recently just before the hottest day of the year. I think I bought that book before, during July of 2022, and I've actually got a book about the birds of Southern Africa. I might talk about in another video. Might talk about that book in another video, but hey, I just feel like maybe it's best if I could save it for later. Because, you know, I know it's going to be a bit of a sneak peek. I'll find that book, but it literally is going to be a sneak peek, and I'm pretty sure you guys are going to love it as much as I do. I know everyone has been seeing this book here, the British Birds book. Now, yes, there's also another book that I've actually got waiting in the wings. Sorry for the pun. Just giving a moment because obviously there's a book here that teaches about birds from Southern Africa, and I might as well just think of it very closely and just find it to where it is because, you know. Here it is. I found it. It's this book here. Now, yes, this book has actually, it was originally sold as £1, I suppose, but this one is about 50 pence. I guess this would have been quite an amazing still book. I probably presume I would have actually bought it for 25 pence, half the price obviously, but it was from a local charity shop in Bearwood, which is like a little suburb in Birmingham, of course. There's the back of the packaging, which actually, sorry, the blurb of the book though. Why do I call it back of the packaging? You know, just basically, you know, save it for another video, I suppose, but all I'm just gonna do is have a little sneak peek of this book before making it into a full video via YouTube. I was gonna think of doing this book via YouTube. Oh wow, great crested grebe, beautiful looking bird. I've made products of it before, and same with this bird here as well. But you know, maybe I should just leave it until another video because, you know, if I would have started making a video about this bird book here. Oh, there you go. There's the species I've made. Twice, maybe thrice, or I don't know. It's quite amazing to make this bird here, the Egyptian goose. Very fantastic bird species, the Egyptian goose. I might save that for another video because it's going to be way too long to today's stupid YouTube. I mean, I could just say to YouTube, wake up, you senseless sight. You've actually gone completely dumb. I'm not going to swear or anything, but mind you, YouTube has gone completely and utterly bad. Or shall I say, very worse for weather. But anyways, I do know, of course, yes, just to end the video, with the Queen's death recently, about 3 days' time, it literally is also, of course, 21 years after 9/11. I mean, here's the question for today, though. I mean, which day do you find it worse? 9/11, or do you think the Queen's death was also the worst? I mean, leave in the comments down below. I'd love to know, because I do know it has been quite a very sad weekday. Well, not all bits were sad, but it's just that we all miss our longest reigning monarch, Our Majesty the Queen, who sadly passed away a couple of days ago. But anyways, if you really enjoyed this video, please give this video a like, subscribe for more Flip videos in the future, and I'm really sorry for being a bit somber this week though, because I do know that this week has been quite different. In fact, very unexpectedly different as what we normally do. Okay, I better leave this video here before I should it to you. Sorry for the rhyme. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Stay cool and calm, and bye for now.